Namo Phat. Good morning. Thanks for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion, learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I'm determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking, or in my way of life. For our Dharma lessons, we've been reading Ajahn Amaro's book, Catastrophe, Apostrophe. Now, this morning we're in a section still on compassionate action with the first 4 of 7 qualities of a well-rounded person. According to the Buddha's teachings, a well-rounded person, one who can be counted on as a truly valuable member of society and who is able to encourage the community and society towards greater peace and well-being, possesses 7 specific qualities. 1. Dhammayutta. This means knowing principles, knowing the origins and causes of things and where they come from. If we know the underlying principles governing the things with which we must deal, then we will be much more in tune with situations as we carry out our daily tasks. At the highest level, Dhammayutta means fully knowing, appreciating, and harmonizing with the laws of nature so that one can deal with life and the world with a mind that is free, not resentful of or confined by those laws of nature. 2. Atanyutta. This means knowing objectives, knowing what direction things are heading, having an appreciation of likely results. If we know the reasons behind the task we are doing and the objectives it has, we are likely to be able to steer things in a direction that will be beneficial for all. To develop Atanyutta means to know what may be expected in the future from the actions we are doing in the present. At the highest level, Atanyutta means understanding the implications of the way nature works, coupled with an intrinsic intention to guide our actions and speech to be of the highest benefit, supporting the well-being of all to the best of our ability. 3. Atanyutta. This word is spelled similarly to the previous quality, but has a very different meaning. This is, essentially, the necessity of knowing yourself. We need to appreciate the characteristics of our own conditioning, our personality, our age, language, nationality, education, and so forth. Are we an artistic type or scientific? Are we an extrovert or an introvert, female or male? What was our family background, rich or poor? What are we good at, not good at? Primarily, we need to learn that we can't do everything, and that it will help tremendously to be acquainted with the various strengths and weaknesses and cultural biases that pertain for the attitudes of this being. If we can fully acknowledge the array of conditioning variables of our makeup, we can then act accordingly. We do what is needed to be done, to act skillfully. Meanwhile, making effort to learn skills or abandon bad habits so as to evolve to greater maturity. 4. Matayutta. This means knowing the right amount, to cultivate a sense of moderation. If we know the right amount in such areas as spending money, eating food, holidaying, and the consumption of global resources, we can live in a very balanced way. We can look after the needs of our own life and those we are responsible for, without overtaxing resources or harming ourselves or others through the choices we make. To know moderation in speech, work, and action, in rest and in the pastimes we adopt, it helps if we do all things with an eye on what the point of it is and what genuine benefits might result. The spirit of moderation guides us to act not merely for our own gratification or to accomplish our own ends, but rather to take into account the needs and preferences of all. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks so much for joining me today.